Okay, that is that right. So the other thing you could do, I think you could do is you could have turned on enable auto start. So what that would have done is it would have let you start the live stream, this, that, the third, whatever is the case, and then when the clock strikes 9:30 or whenever it was, oh right, so now hearing myself. So what that would have done is it would have let you start the live stream, this, that, the third, whatever is the case. Hold on, I think that's my laptop, not yours. Or whenever it was. Right, it was. My bad. I had it open another window now.
Yeah.
So what I was saying to you is,
I'm
if you
straight.
had, sorry, Gancha.
No, it's me. I'm
Oh,
saying I'm
come on.
still not seeing it. Don't worry, don't worry. Say no more.
It's take a little bit for it to propagate because the thing about with webinars or live streams like that is that because you're not standing near enough to each other to know the difference in delay, and also because you're not talking with the expectation of a response, delay is now no longer a factor. So the delay is anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds depending on the device. What I was saying to Lamar is in that same studio page, right?
Yeah.
Lamar? Right, sorry, you could have turned on auto start, and instead of having to manually start the stream, it would have started at the scheduled time.
Right. Okay.
Right? So that you would have been able to get it.
At that time, that doesn't mean that it will actually start at that time.
Sorry, say that again. You broke up a little bit.
Even when we set the time at 10 a.m. next week,
Right.
that it will start at that time.
If we turn on auto start, it will start exactly at that time, yes.
All right, because what we want to do, right, Lyle, is we have a placeholder graphic. We want to have that up for about 15 minutes before. So if anybody's early, they would come up and see the placeholder graphic, letting them know where they could ask questions, etc.
That is not a problem. All you'd have to do that is, well, I would leave the schedule for 10 o'clock, but you would manually start at 9:45. That's all. Right? Exactly. And then you would share your screen in Zoom, you'd mute your microphone so people can't hear anything, or Gansham share your screen, or whoever share the screen. Make sure all the mics muted, blah, 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 blah. What that means to me in my mind, though, is that you're going to have to be half hour earlier than 9:45, so that's 9:15 on setup with yourself, your team, your people, because technically you're going live from 9:45. You're not actually going live at 10 o'clock. So the recommendation before was, get yourself together by 9:30 because you're going live at 10 o'clock. My recommendation now would be to, be prepared by 9:15 because you're going live at 9:45.
No problem.
Right? But guys, basically, what you're seeing here is what I kind of told y'all, which is that's all, folks. There's not really much to do, Lamar. Once you get the streaming info like that, you click, XYZ, so you go live manually or go live automatically. To treat with Gansham's very reasonable suggestion to kill the chats, back in the YouTube studio, Lamar, you'll see a sprocket to the left of end stream.
Right.
If you click on that, click on live chats.
Disable.
There you go.
All right, sweet.
Right.
So
that
let me ask you a question. Does that mean that people who are viewing on YouTube will not be able to ask questions?
Correct.
They'll be pushed over to Facebook.
So
and the way to do
them to Facebook.
That's what I'm gonna say to you, Christian. The way that would happen is, even though the live chat is disabled, what is supposed to be able to happen here, Lamar, from the YouTube studio is, please go to the Facebook page to submit your questions.
We're putting that live.
I typed it in the studio, and what should happen is it should pop up. If you look on your tablet, I don't know if you can see chat in your tablet. I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna open another window in another browser here real quick just to check. So excuse the background talk that we're gonna get the audio. Right. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Oh no, it disables all the chat. Oh no. Okay, so what we would do, Christian, to answer that question, is we would put it in the description links on the video itself. Right? So, which is again a very reasonable question. So, chat is disabled for this live stream, right? Yes. So it's disabled. Make sure. Thing this here. Let me just. This is before you go live on the stream. Save here. Go here. Please go to the Facebook page to submit questions. THP
I've seen you putting something.
putting out there for now as a thing, and then I will disable the chat, but I will allow the chat to replay. All right, because I want to answer Kristen's question comprehensively. What you end up with then, Kristen, is nope, chat's still fully disabled. So I want to check. Yeah, we'll have to use the description. To be fair, to
I will also
push that info across.
I could also indicate that too, to let people know that at the
Yeah,
start.
well, multiple times as housekeeping in the life, correct. Correct. I just wanted to see what my technical options were because Kristen asked a reasonable question. Thus far, all questions are reasonable. Yeah, go on, Cham.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Good.
What I was going to say though is that while I feel as though Kristen, you might be thinking we should keep the YouTube chat on. I feel it might be easier it might be more manageable for us to focus everybody in one area for the questions now. So even if it's not Facebook, it's YouTube, one of the two, where we need to decide. We can't be trying to pull from both now. Right? It'll get a little too confusing.
The other thing, well, I mean, like the placement graphic says, they can also email their questions, and I'll have that live up on my computer. So any questions that comes to the Academy email, I can shoot it to both of you.
Well, what we need to decide now, well, after, because I think we good there, Lyle, for the hour.
Right.
Again, you could stay muted, and we just ask you if we have a question.
No, I'll bounce out because all I have my number and I could call. But what I want to suggest very quickly is, I mean, this is technically the first time I'm tweaking it, doing this for your needs. But one, this is not the first time I'm doing this in UTT, and two, is definitely not the first time I'm doing this, outside of the UTT boundaries. So having the email address is key. And even if you turn off the chat, I understand where Christian coming from, and he's right? Even if you turn off the chat, or leave it on, and I want to throw that out for a reason. If you've said through multiple housekeepings, Lamar, like between presenters and or in the graphic that you have at the beginning, between presenters or in your breaks, and so forth and so on, that we take in questions via Facebook or via email, it technically doesn't mean the chat needs to be on or off. You could leave that there to allow social chatting to happen, so that people who may wish to have social interactions between themselves, because you've said very clearly these are where we're receiving questions. So if somebody asks a question over there, socially, somebody more than likely will say, yeah, they're not taking questions here. They're taking questions over on Facebook or email this address.
Makes sense.
Right? Yeah. So I'm with everybody technically is correct. But in the social age, we actually try to encourage more interactions. Because my memory serves me correct, you should be able to get a chat log after anyway, Lamar, because data is key. So that you would, from the chat log, be able to ascertain if there were any reasonable questions that may have fallen out of the framework that you want to address. You may be able to do some is the keyword, some kind of outreach, plenty me's, but the more data streams, the better. So I just want to throw that out there because clearly, Christian, the ways in which we will notify people of the channels for questions, right, would be via the description in the YouTube, yes, via the moderation on the day in question. Those seem to be the two majors, and of course on Facebook itself, you end up dropping the please leave your questions here and whatnot. We don't really necessarily need to kill the chat in YouTube, unless it gets vitriolic, and I don't think the content.
That's what I'm worried about. That is getting out of key now, boy. People is getting off.
No, and that is the only legitimate reason, Christian, Lamar, Gansham, that I would be like, yeah, kill it. But you can't.
I don't see it get nobody like how vitriolic could it really get?
Correct. So there's that as well, Lamar. So in my mind is I leave it because humans will be human kind of thing. But yeah, beyond that, the technical stuff, Lamar, as you realize, just the back end stuff like I just did with you there, which are pretty much very straightforward. I am going to be in monitor mode at monitoring stuff on or at 8 a.m.
Right.
But for the most part, unlike today, Lamar, where I'm actually logged into your Zoom meeting, I'm not going to be logged into your actual Zoom event meeting because there's nothing that I could do as I'm not the host from a technical standpoint. So whereas today I'm going to log in, just procedurally ask me if I could and would, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. On the actual live event, because we've set up Zoom to be this self-serve, not going to be there. You've gotten your clearances from UNVA. You've gotten your procedures from us in TLC. You started this live stream today. I did not. Somebody here sharing the screen, right? Because sharing screen is an end user thing. This is literally fire and forget for you all. The last bit that I wanted to touch on before I go is either Lamar you're sharing a slide now. So if you stop sharing a second just to get back the normal interface. Because remember, I kind of pulling this out of my head now, right? So either by clicking on the three dots again at the bottom, where you started the live stream, right? Or if you look in the top left-hand corner where it says live on our custom streaming service, you should be able to click on that and say stop. You could stop from up there as well.
I'm seeing it there, yeah.
Right. So that would be how you could kill it from YouTube and, wrap up there. So we want to say thank you, blah, 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 blah. Everybody have a nice day. Kill YouTube. But you could still have your panelists and Gansham and Chrison and have a little posting. I just want to tell you all thanks that the other you all could laugh and giggle and whatnot, but not in the public domain.
Right. Good.
Right. If you click end meeting for all, that will both kill the live stream as well as evaporate the meeting with your panelists.
I'm now seeing UTT powered by Zoom. I wasn't seeing that before. You just put that up.
I did not just put that up. That is a normal part of the live streams. It should have actually come up from the start. What's the time right now?
Yeah, I was seeing it from the start.
You were seeing it from the start, Gansham? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Lamar actually supposed to be there. That is a normative thing.
Okay, no problem.
So, questions real quick before I leave you all to do it internal?
Nah, we good. We just had to run through the sharing of slides.
Right.
Some other housekeeping stuff, and then just get ready to start at 10.
Of course, feel free to test this by copying the YouTube link and pasting it on Facebook to make sure you're getting your Facebook live stream going. I would suggest for your Facebook page, Lamar, you set the post to private so that nobody's going to see the post except for you all as admins on the post.
I don't have a Facebook account.
No, I'm not talking about your Facebook account. I'm talking about the department's Facebook page.
We can test it on the Academy's page.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Gansham, the Academy's page. I know you're going on UNVA's page, but at least you have managerial rights over the Academy's page, so you might as well test it there. And if you have any questions coming out of that side of it that's kind of opaque to me, we'll just work through it and figure it out, because it's just a matter, as I say, of customizing what this could do to the specific things you all want to do. And at least thus far, everything you all have asked, Gansham, Christian, Lamar, we've been able to get it to do what you all want. We've not yet run up on the wall where technically we can't do that, so we have to have a procedural adjustment, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So one of the last things, Lamar, before I go, you're supposed to double check, although it's not going to matter if they're sharing slides, is Spotlight Christian, even though you and I talking to make sure that...
That's what I just tried to do with myself, though, but I will Spotlight.
Yeah, you know how that test goes. Spotlight somebody else, mute the microphone so they don't talk, so that we know for sure that you're seeing them and only them. Like, I'm seeing them right now, and then there's a question of on the live stream, what we seeing, right?
Right. Well, Chrison spotlighted now and his mic is muted.
Yeah, so well, I'm actually seeing the spotlight from you in studio before, which means it will switch over to Chrison. So it'll do exactly what it is you said you needed to get done.
All right, good. Chrison now.
The delay kicking, yeah, correct. And clearly in the live stream, you should be still hearing you and I talking for like another 20 seconds, even though you're seeing Chrison mug. Right. So well, this is working exactly as we want.
No problem. I have my own muted at this point in time. So, but what I think we realized yesterday is that they will share this share, and I will do the spotlighting, because I think what I am seeing is what is appearing on the stream.
Yeah. Correct? The good news is you shouldn't have to spotlight, right? And I'll tell you why I say that. Let's say that Gansham is sharing his screen with his slide, or even you're sharing the screen for Gansham, right?
Right.
once Gansham is presenting, he's speaking. And if he's speaking, once, of course, there's no spotlight running, he's in spotlight.
Yeah,
So the only thing is I don't want you to run off too far in spotlight, because if you forget or if spotlight gets hitched up, then we may be on Chris soon muted, turning around, looking at the door while Gansham trying to present, but he can't be seen. So for the most part,
that won't happen, but take your point.
Yeah, so, for the most part, to switching with mute would actually be fine with you by keeping everybody muted to prevent the camera from switching unnecessarily.
So, Lyle.
Yeah, Gansham.
So basically what you're saying, let's say we mute everybody except the person who's speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Once they're talking, automatically it comes on them.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So that, again, is actually the same thing as spotlighting. If you think about it, it's just spotlighting through audio. So that would be the approach I would faster take. I showed you all spotlight to let you all know you can have a situation where you're showing Christian's face but have Gansham speaking. What that scenario could or would or should be, I cannot say. Last but not least, this is not something that we spoke about, but the feature, I think, when you went live over the past 2 weeks, which is actually pretty dope. I'm taking it that you all have no plans to do Spanish translation for this. But Zoom now has, if you have any future webinars or workshops you want to do, Zoom now has the feature for multiple language translation. In other words, if you so wanted to have, sorry, Lamar, in here.
Let us translate in Spanish if we could do that.
Exactly.
No, if you have a Spanish translator, which is where the first problem is, buddy, then you can do that. What happens is it sets up a sub-language, a language feed, and they will have a translation icon in Zoom allowing people to switch between. But I'm thinking because you're not using Zoom native webinars, you wouldn't have accessed it. So that would be something that I'd have to look into for y'all. And then because today is Friday and event is Monday, as much as I just said that to y'all, Lamar, I would need to work out the kinks in that first. So hold it in the back of your head. You could hold my head for the next one, but you can't hold my head for Monday.
All right, no problem.
No worries. By as I said, it just came out in the past 2 weeks. And the only reason I'm aware is I was looking into it for a multinational corporation for their things the other day.
So, Lyle, look very quickly at the YouTube, right? You'll see Chris and I showing.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why that is happening because both of us were speaking.
No, that's happening because at some point, remember, there's a significant delay between us here and there, right?
Right.
Once you're in speaker view, which is the view that I have here in right now, I don't know what view is on your computer, but on my computer, I have you in speaker view. Speaker view is going to show exactly as it was showing before. But if you switch to gallery view, which is what I'm thinking is happening here, it will show side by side without Gansham and I because our cameras are off.
Right. The next thing is that you can't spotlight somebody if they don't have a camera.
Yes, we went through that the other day, and I like a fool tried to spotlight Gansham, I think, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, so I think we're pretty okay on the technicals. You'll just have to deal with your procedurals, and y'all should be fine. If you need me for the next meeting, for whatever reason, I would say, by all means, call. There's no resistance to that from me, Lamar. But what I want to suggest to y'all is, see how far you could walk without just banging your head on a wall. If you legit have some problem, you need me to come in or even call and talk you through it on the phone, there's no problem.
Yeah, man. I think we have the major...
No, but that is here. I want to get a custom for Monday. So if you need me, of course, no resistance. But if you kind of don't need me, handle it because you all are the admins for this, for the sake of the event on Monday.
All right, perfect. No problem.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, man.
Okay. Chris, unmute your mic.
So, you know what I'm saying now? Let's just go through this thing real quick. So we kind of aware what it is we're doing. You all able to see, you all looking at the YouTube link, right? To see what it's looking like.
I was, let me go back on it.
Oh, let me go.
You don't have to, but I just want to make sure that you all see it too now.
Yeah, I seen it.
All right. So when Chris come back, but what thinking of Gansham at the top, this is just webinar format stuff here. After we go from placeholder to Chris on, we go from Chris on to me introducing everybody. I'll do that in gallery view. So you see everybody's faces and I talk about each person. Then I go back to speaker view, go back to speaker view.
Right.
start from there and then we go to spotlighting people or let the speaker, the microphone spotlight people as Lyle suggested. So you hear that, Chris?
Word.
All right, so we start, we let everybody see everybody's face kind of thing when we introduce them. And then we go to spotlight. Just to look at that list I have there, tell me if I leave out anything, in terms of what to do. So we start promptly at 10:05. We give everybody a little 5-minute leeway. I just welcome everybody, do the introductions between us and them. Then I speak about the format, basically the actual format as a presentational format, as opposed to a conversational, where they understand that we're not talking and responding to each other. Everybody's saying something, and you can respond to something someone said if you come after them and in your presentation. So if Chris said something that I found interesting that I want to comment on during my presentation, I can make reference to it. Right? At the end, we also explained that at the end, there's a Q&A segment or a comment section, because it might not only be questions. Some might be comments that people have to react to kind of thing. Then Gancham, you will go into, before I'll say this about, before I talk about this Gancham, and Chrison, can we agree how we dealing with the webinar, the slide?
Right, so let me apologize, first of all. I did set up the shit on the computer, and it worked. The audio worked last night because I tested it for somebody, all of that. This morning, it's not working when I logged on from the computer. So I'm on my phone again. And I called Rhea and them for the tech to check me out in one of the South campuses, but they didn't tell me anything. Now, if they can handle me during the weekend, then I'll be fine. But as a backup, just to make sure that, my part of it doesn't fall apart. Chris, if it's okay with you, let's switch where I get the questions and send it to you, because in that way I can be on my phone to send the questions as a backup should the computer not work. Yeah?
So then that means what? Well, that would mean, Chrison, that you sharing, and I want us to test this quick before we go into any of the other stuff. You would be sharing slides and unmuting.
Well, yeah, the slides.
Just use any test. I think Devon said.
So do we have? I'm guessing the person who's sharing his slide should have one complete share. What do you call it? PowerPoint slide, or just do them one by one?
But Devon sent a Prezi, which is web-based. He didn't send a PowerPoint.
Question, go back to the question. I think was the question you were asking?
I was asking if there's supposed to be one PowerPoint presentation for the entire thing now.
You mean with everybody's presentations?
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary, but we could, if you want to give yourself the work of merging it, we could. It's not a big thing, because we would be going from person to person, and there would be time for you to load up the next one.
Yes, true.
So,
during the introduction, yeah.
Here, what I want you to do, Chrison, I just want to see what it looks like now on the YouTube. Share, like Chrison, Chrison, you're frozen?
No, sir.
Okay.
His video is frozen, but his audio is there.
Okay. Share the slide, the PowerPoint that I sent to you now. So let's see what it looks like.
Seeing that?
No, not seeing anything.
It's still saying started screen. Oh, there we go.
All right, cool. I just want to see. All right, perfect. So yeah, it took a little while for the PowerPoint to come up. I'm just checking out YouTube here. Still no PowerPoint. All right, perfect. All right, smooth. Skip through, Chris, up.
trying.
Yeah, hit them big circles. Suggestion.
Yeah, Gancha.
So this is a presentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is web-based, and it may create a little delay. If we ask presenters to send us their stuff, but in PowerPoint, so that way it's preloaded on the machine, then we have to get this slight delay with the
All
prezi.
right. We'll pass that on to Devon when he joins us today.
Nice.
All right, but I think we have an idea as to how the presentations will be shared. I will spotlight. Chrison will share. I will spotlight. And let's just end it there, Chrison. I will stop it if necessary, as I just did. So we just need to get as a PowerPoint. What kind of computer are you using, Chrison?
Dell.
Windows based. What we will do, you have a PowerPoint? Open up a PowerPoint. Pardon me?
Explain. I don't understand the question. Do I have a PowerPoint? What do you mean?
You have like the one I sent or any others that you could open up? I want just to test it with the PowerPoint. Dansham, you just unmute your mic?
I did. I get a message up saying you'd like to unmute me.
Okay, cool. All right, so good. I don't know if that's because he's a co-host.
But I'm wondering if it will happen to everybody if they will get a message up.
It will, but that's not a problem. What we'll do is we'll test it with them today so that they'll know. But the thing about it is they'll know the order in which we run in so that they'll know, they'll expect it. And remember, when we create the WhatsApp group, you will be queuing the next person, or Christian will be queuing. We're getting ready for you next. We're getting ready for you next. You understand? Yeah. So they're prepared not to unmute if it is we request the mute. The unmute.
Makes sense. Me seeing Christian. Oh, there we
Chris, all right, hold on. We're going to do it one more time. I want to just check something first before we do it. I'm going to spotlight you first. Do it, Chris. On. Share. All right, sweet. And when we go into the PowerPoint, we go rerunning it. Yeah, click the slideshow. All right, perfect. So once I spotlight Chris on first, or spotlight the speaker first. Right, perfect. So that's what we'll do. So once you go into the PowerPoint, you just go into slide one time, right, Chris? But we'll figure out the mechanics after with everybody. So what it would be is that, so let's say, for example,
what I tried to do just now, but do not allow me to do it. I tried to go to the first slide and then share, but it wouldn't let me do that.
No problem. So then you'll open up in PowerPoint, then go to slideshow. Either way, we will have the speaker. What we need to make sure that they do, right, is they start to talk one time. They shouldn't wait to see something to talk. They should be prepared to start speaking. It will come up. Remember, there will be a little lag between when you click share screen, etc. So 2 things that happen. Before somebody with slides, we need to send the slides up a bit earlier. So let's say we know.
Well,
right?
If I know who coming up, I'll set it up.
Right, and you're up and you're ready to go. I will have the person spotlighted, so it lands on them as soon as we switch. Right. And I will stop sharing. All right, cool. So let's just continue. So as it pertains to explain the technical procedures, do we switch that now to you, Chris, to explain that part?
Explain what?
I'll go back to the email here, right? The 4th point was Gansham explain technical procedures, but since you and I will be dealing with it, more so you, explain technical procedures. Our team will unmute microphones, our team will shift focus, our team will douse cameras if any panelist is having bandwidth issues or if inappropriate activities happening in the background. So if we've realized somebody glitching or we hear artifacts in the feed, the vocal feed, we'll switch off the camera because you'll get more bandwidth with that and it'll sound a little clearer, right? So we just explain that to them. Also, if anybody cheering or something inappropriate in the background, we'll douse the cameras for that because of that as well, etc. So just to kind of prepare them for the whole technical part of it now. Right, so Chris, you'll do it?
Yeah, no see.
All right, good. Then Lamar to explain technical difficulty protocols. What happens if a panelist's internet drops, if moderator internet drops, if a panelist, any participant has bandwidth issues. I feel you can talk about that too, Chris, as a part of the technical, right? Then Gansham to explain the Q&A comment segment. You basically you're just explaining to them that we will be pulling questions from Facebook via email and filtering to the moderator to present to the panel, right? And then lastly, Lamar will confirm, I will confirm, or anyone else could do it, confirm who has slides. We want to find out who has slides, and we'll also indicate to them that they're not accepting any more slides after today. 1 and 2, that they all need to be in PowerPoint format because we're having issues with Prezi. Right? We want to keep everything in one application.
Great.
All right, so we sound like we're not get there, right?
We're not get.
I will take 5 minutes and come back now.
But it's a different meeting room, right?
Yeah, and I had to share this that one too. Yeah, it's a different meeting room.
I just got a thing saying meeting starts in 6 minutes.
Yeah,
so
it's a different room, so we gotta end this. So I'm gonna cancel.
All right. Cool. We'll see you next time.